Brothers and sisters, shalom. So I come here this evening, and I want to talk a little bit touch on the. I've been reading a lot about this civil unrest, and there's a lot of businesses. I read an article. There's businesses in Chicago, businesses in Los Angeles, business in New York. All these businesses that are in these big, humongous mega cities across America, these cities that have millions upon millions of people living there. You know, these great, big, massive cities, they are boarding up the windows with plywood, boarding up the doors. The stores are closed anyway, you know, because of this coronavirus. So they're wrapping chains around the doors and padlocking the doors, and they're putting plywood over the glass window where people window shop. Want to board up the glass, and these millions and millions of businesses in these big cities are preparing their business and their store for civil unrest. Okay, now, anytime you have a major virus or a major any kind of event, whether it be a terrorist attack or a virus or a rally or a bombing or a shooting or situation, you know, or something major in your neighborhood or on your street or something, you know, you want to be vigilant. It would be best just to get out of there if you have somewhere else you can go until the threat of civil unrest dies down. But the longer we go, and the more people who lose their jobs and become unemployed, or the business they work at, shuts down, closes its doors. Okay, now there's going to be a whole slew of people who are unprepared. There's going to be people who are financially unstable. There's going to be people who have hungry children. There's going to be people who are on prescription drugs, and they have to pay the pharmacist to get their psychotropic drugs. And if they're not getting any income coming in, you know, mind you, a lot of these people might live paycheck to paycheck. If they don't have the funds to go up here to the pharmacy and get their psychotropic drugs, okay, we're going to have people out here who are losing their minds, and they will become mentally ill, and they will go up here, and there's no telling what they might do up here. Now, if you have a whole group of these kind of individuals, okay, you know, there's people who have all kinds of different mental illnesses, and that will show in a big city whenever they lose their job, the funds get cut off. Okay, now they can't afford. It's kind of like, well, they have a little bit of money here. Should we buy food or should we get our prescription drugs filled? Well, of course, they're going to choose the food, you know, before the drugs. They know, oh, if I don't have my drugs, I lose my mind and go ape shit. Well, if I don't eat, I'll starve to death. So, of course, they're going to choose the food over the sanity pills. But there's absolutely hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people all across this country who, if they don't have their drugs, they could just lose their mind and just go stark raving mad. Okay, so this is a mental illness concern, as well as people who are poor, hungry, desperate. These are the individuals who will loot the stores. There will be civil unrest, burning of cars, torching buildings, arson, people setting shit on fire all over the place, throwing rocks and bricks through windows, and just taking baseball bats and bricks and throwing them through the windshield of cars, and just taking a gun and shooting out the street lights, and just all kinds of mania, okay, in this civil unrest. Now, in past years, they've had a lot of civil unrest in these cities where they had the SWAT team come in and the police department with big shields and hard hats and full body armor and stuff, and walk down the street and do all this kind of maybe pepper spray and do some of these little smoke bombs in the crowd to scare them off or something, or stir them up or something. But this, if this coronavirus keeps on spreading and more people lose their jobs, we might want to be ready for civil unrest in these big major cities. If you're in a big major city, you might want to leave there, because as this virus continues to spread and more families are affected, if you can't get out of the city, you don't have anywhere else to go, you might find yourself in the middle of a situation in your neighborhood or the next street over, down the road a ways, or up the street, or at the business, at the corner gas station or something, corner market or something, or at the local laundromat. There's no telling what these individuals might do at any place, any given business or place in your section of the city there that you live in and reside. So if you live in this city, you might want to be getting prepared, have a stockpile of ammo, know how to use that gun. Might want to make sure your house is extra secure, have plenty of food, canned food, plenty of clean drinking water, because in the event that civil unrest does unfold, we hope you're prepared. We hope you're prepared. Shalom. Shalom.